Good morning. It's a very dark day here, so I'm doing this in artificial light, but hopefully it'll still come through. This is my entry for the Paper Gypsy Hoarder Anonymous Junk Journal Challenge. This was set by Gipsy Rose Paperie over on Alternative Junk Journals, and the challenge was to create a journal. There was no size given, but it was to create a journal using things from your stash that you have far too much of, that you've never really used, and basically just to see what you can come up with. So the items I chose to use were rice papers, which I bought a lot of and I don't really use that often. Napkins, I could sell napkins to the restaurants around here and keep them going for years. I have that many napkins. The other thing I used was a set of stencils that I was ever so excited to get, but I actually never used other than one of them for backgrounds. So I used some of those and some scrapbook paper. I hoard Stamperia papers, and they're so pretty that it is really hard for me to actually use them. So I thought I would give it a go. So this is just it's not a big journal. It's kind of strange. It's probably more like a folio, right? So this is rice paper on the cover. It started off with a sheet of cream coffee dyed card, which I also have a lot of. So this is rice paper. So the background is coffee dyed. There's a bit of stenciling, and then the rice paper is decoupaged over the top. Decoupaging is something I used to do a lot of, and it just sort of went by the wayside. So it was nice to go back to some old techniques. So that is the cover, the front, and the back. This is part of a napkin, a bit of stenciling, a bit of wax, Gildan wax. So we open up in here. Again, it's quite simple. So these are a bit of stenciling, index cards. Again, I could keep the offices going. So if we just have a bit of decoupage in here, in this pocket, so that sits in there, and that sits in here. Then we have another pocket. I have a massive box of index cards. I think there's a couple of thousand in it, in this particular size, so I use those. And again, that's from the stenciling set. This is this is Stamperia, that's Stamperia. So this is actually the remainder of a kit that I had been using. That's just a little card that slides in here. If I can get it back in. There we go. So then we open up here. Playing cards. I have loads of those now. More Stamperia papers. This is left over from one of my own digikits. I have a lot of little bits and pieces that are left over from kits that I need to use up. Then again, another two index cards, and they're just stenciled on. And more. So there's a lot of decoupaging and stenciling, and this basically is the little booklet then that just sits in. I was originally going to stitch it in, but I decided not to, because if I send this off, then whoever gets it can keep refilling. You know, once they've written in this one, they can add another one. So this is just a pocket, again, that was left over from another journal that I had made. And I don't know why it never ended up in that journal. I think I just forgot. I had them sitting under books flattening, and I forgot to actually put them in the journal, and that journal has gone to one of my son's teachers, so I thought I would just use them in here because the steampunk sort of fitted. That's from a paper pad. Paper pads, again, something I could paper the walls with. So that just has a little coffee paper inside just for writing on. And I actually used thinner paper so I could get, there's 24 sheets in it. And there's just another card in here. And that is the little booklet. So that sits in. So I suppose it's more like a folio. I think that's what people call them. But it does have a journal. So hopefully it'll meet the specifications for Dolly's challenge. I think it's cute anyway, so that'll be going to somebody. I haven't decided who. So thanks for watching. I'll link the competition and that in the description. But okay, thanks.